What up, y'all? It's your man, Mr. Mar Sharp, Short Man Filmworks in the building. Or, well, I'm not gonna say in the building because we outside right now on this beautiful spring May day. As y'all can see the sky, I'm doing something different for you guys today. So what I'm doing is I'm showing y'all that I'm in the motorsports myself, man. And as of right now, this is something small, something new, something that I've been wanting to do ever since I was younger. I wanted to get me a motorcycle. And as y'all can see right now, I have the Kawasaki Ninja 400. I've been wanting to make this video for a while because just want to let you guys know, let you guys see that, hey, I'm out here riding these bikes. I ain't gonna say riding these bikes. I'm out here riding a bike. And this is my first bike that I've gotten. And I can truly say that I am enjoying myself and I'm having a good time riding this thing. You know what I mean? I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube when I first got this bike. And been just trying to figure out which one I wanted to get, and I end up getting this one. End up getting this bike, and I could truly say, man, this is a sweet machine, man. I know a lot of people, well, I'm not gonna say a lot of people give the Ninja 400 or the 400cc class a lot of flack, but if you're a beginner and you're just jumping on a bike, then I would say this is a good machine to start on if you're gonna jump on the bike. You know, I got this bike last summer, as a matter of fact, because actually what happened was I had an R3 and somebody stole my R3, which is unfortunate. And I hate to say that they did steal my bike, but I went out, I got this one, got a nice good deal on it, got some nice good financing on it. And I know a lot of people say, well, why would you finance a 400? But you know, I financed it, not too much, not too bad, and I got a good rate on it. And like I said, I'm just enjoying myself, you know. So as you can see, I took a couple things off it. Right here, I got a nice little exhaust on here. The stock exhaust is too big and it's too heavy. I can say that stock exhaust probably weighs about, I want to say about a good maybe 5 or 6 pounds, and it might I feel like it kind of impedes what you want to do on the bike. You know what I mean? And I think it just looks a little bit cooler. It looks a little cooler instead of having that big old stock muffler on there, and it sounds so much better than what the stock one sounds like. The stock one sounds like a lawnmower, if you ask me, for real. This gives a little bit more a little bit more beef, a little bit more I want to say a little bit more power, but it makes it sound a whole lot better than what the stock muffler sounds like. I took that big old fender delete, that big old fender that pretty much sat out. I mean, that thing sat out to about at least right here. You know, and I could be exaggerating, but that thing was huge. It was huge. Took it off, put a nice good fender delete on there, and it makes the bike look so much more cleaner. You know what I mean? It makes it look a lot more smaller, because that back tail, I don't know, man, it kind of looked like a shrimp tail sticking out in the back. And right now with it being cleaned up, it makes it look so much better. A couple other things that I wanted to do to this bike. I got the stock mirrors. The stock mirrors are sufficient enough. I got the little small stealth mirrors on this bike, and I put them on a couple of months ago, and me personally, I love the way they look, but you don't get no visibility behind you with those mirrors. And quite frankly, I didn't feel too safe with those mirrors, so I took those back off, put the stock ones back on, and I feel a little bit more safe with these mirrors. You know, it's one thing to look cool on your bike. It's all good to look cool on your bike, but if you're sacrificing your safety, it's not a good thing for you to do. So I would say definitely keep the stock mirrors on, because the stock mirrors give me what I need. It gives me the visibility that I need to my sides, and it definitely gives me the visibility that I need behind me. Those small mirrors, they look so cool. I love the way they look, but I rode that bike for maybe about 15-20 minutes with those mirrors on, and I did not feel safe at all. You know, I had to keep on turning around, keep looking behind me, which is a good practice. You should be looking behind you anyway when you're switching lanes, and just to see where your traffic is and what's going on around you. But overall, man, I just didn't feel too good about those mirrors, so I just went on and put back the stock mirrors to that to that bike. Y'all see the helmet? I love this helmet, man. I love this helmet. This is a Icon. This is an Icon helmet. Got it for a good deal. It was a $250 helmet, and I got it on sale for $150. I had to jump on that. Had to jump on that mirror, because I love the way that not the mirror, I'm sorry. I love the way that helmet looked. I love it. They had a blue one, but they didn't have my size. So I went on and just copped the yellow and red. But I think that yellow and red is so sick and it's so sweet. And I gotta look at myself going past a couple car reflections, and look at myself going past a couple of window fixtures, and that mirror, that mirror. I keep saying mirror. That helmet looks so cool, man. But I love this bike, man. I love this bike. This is like the perfect beginner bike, if you ask me. I wanted a bike way back in the day, probably when I was about 16, 17 years old. I always wanted a motorcycle. Always wanted a motorcycle. And I went on and got my license when I turned 29, but I just never pulled the trigger on getting a bike. And more than likely, I probably would have started on a Honda CBR6, which was my dream bike. The Honda CBR 6RR was my dream bike. But I'm 5'2". I'm a short dude, as y'all say, short man Filmworks. I'm a short dude, and sitting on that bike, man, I am tippy-toeing the hell out that bike, and I don't feel safe on that joint. I don't feel safe on it whatsoever. You know what I mean? So had to explore some different options, and I looked at a Suzuki Gixxer 600. But a Gixxer 600, everybody tends to have those bikes, man. Even though, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man, that bike is so comfortable with the ergonomics and the way you sit on it. And of course, it's a race bike. You're gonna sit a little bit more lean forward, but I'm comfortable on that bike. And then when I got this Ninja 400, I started looking into the Ninja, the ZX6. I started looking at that one, the ZX6, or the 636 as it used to be called, which I think it still is called the 636. But I looked at that one, and I love that one. I think I'm becoming a Kawasaki fan, man. I really think I am, because I've been on this bike for almost a year. I got it last June, and it's May, so I've been riding for a couple of weeks now. I had to fix a couple of things on here. I dropped it a couple of times, but I dropped it by backing up into it, because it's parked behind my car in my parking lot, and I backed up into it, and unfortunately, I bent this handlebar right here. I bent this handlebar, as y'all can see. Y'all can see some of the scratches right here. There's some scratches right here by me bumping into it. Scratches back here on the mirror, but that's plastic, you know what I mean? But you can see the scratches right here by me bumping it and me dropping it. And by me dropping it, it bent the handlebar this way. So I had to actually have this whole handlebar replaced, which is a good thing, because I didn't have to have the whole thing replaced. I just only had to have this, which is a clip-on. And I did it myself. Very easy maintenance to do on this bike. Very, 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 very easy maintenance. Just unscrewed a couple of screws, took the brake reservoir off, fiddled around with this for a little bit, got the throttle back in order, got the throttle back in play, and it's back on again. So it's back at its regular position, because this handlebar was way over here. And if anything, me being stubborn, I wanted to ride it, but I'm like, hey, once again, you don't want to sacrifice safety over anything. You want to ride, you want to be safe, and it's not worth it. You know what I mean? Live your life. It's not worth it sacrificing your safety just to enjoy the comforts of this machine. You know what I mean? But I love this thing. I love this Ninja 400. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't sing its praises enough. I cannot sing the praises for this bike enough. As I said, man, perfect beginner bike. Perfect beginner bike if you want to start on a beginner bike. I want to graduate, but I'm not going to graduate just yet, because I want to respect the machine and I want to respect what I'm doing. And plus, I'm 43 years old. There ain't no need for me to go out here and try to get something faster or try to get something a little bit bigger. For what? Who am I trying to impress? I'm not trying to impress nobody. I ride for the comfort. I ride because I enjoy it. I ride because of the freedom. You know what I mean? And this bike supplies me with everything that I need for what I want. As I said, man, I love this bike. I love the way it looks. I love the way it handles. It's very light. It's a very, 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 very light bike. You know what I mean? And surprisingly, I jumped on some 600s while being at the showroom after I've gotten this bike. And I guess it's because I wasn't so used to being on a bike in the beginning. But now I could jump on a 600, and I'm totally fine with how it feels, with the weight, with the lean. It's a little bit bigger, you know what I mean? But I'm still comfortable because I've been on this bike for a while. And like I said, I love it. I love this bike. I love this bike. I love it. I love it. I love it. So if anything, man, the next thing I'll graduate to will be a 600. I'm thinking about a 750. but I don't want a 750. I kind of want to stay at 600, and I'm definitely, excuse me, y'all, I'm definitely not going to get in 1,000. I'm not going to get in 1,000 because, like I said, I'm 5'2", and I try to get on a lot of thousands. I tried about 3 or 4 1,000s to get on. I tried the Gixxer 1000. I tried the Kawasaki 10R. I've tried the R1, and I cannot put my feet on the ground. I will not lay flat-footed on. I won't lay flat-footed, and I'm definitely not on my tippy toes. I'm on my tippy toes on a 6. I'm on my tippy toes, but I'm comfortable. On a 636, I'm on my toes, but I'm comfortable. On a Gixxer 600, I'm almost flat-footed, but I'm still comfortable. But a 1000, hell no. I'll be gonna kill myself and everything else that's going on around me. So I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm gonna stay on this bike for a while. And if anything, man, I'm not gonna trade this thing in. I'm not gonna trade it in. I'm not gonna sell it because I love this bike so much. Y'all don't understand, man. It's so easy and so nimble to ride, man. It's so simple to ride, to get on this bike and ride and enjoy it. You know, not to be intimidated by the power, not to be scared of what this bike is going to do to you. And I always say, it's not about the bike, it's about the rider. If you go out here doing a whole lot of crazy shit, doing a lot of stoppies, doing a lot of wheelies, you know, and of course you're going to hurt yourself, man. I tell everybody, respect the machine. It's not the bike, it's the rider. And if you ride responsibly and you ride like you got some sense, yo, you can enjoy motorcycle riding all the way to your death, man. That's how I feel, you know, and that's what I plan on doing. I plan on enjoying motorcycle riding for a long time. All right. Couple shout outs, man. Shout out to my man Moto Jitsu, who I look at a lot of his videos on YouTube, and I picked up a lot of good pointers, a lot of tips that I put into my riding on an everyday basis. You know, he's got a video where he says, you know, when you're riding, you want to always focus on one task for that day when you're riding, you know. So I make it a habit to focus on something, you know, whether it be, you know, my trail braking, whether it be my downshifting, my upshifting, leaning the bike, learning how to turn, learning how to just use my engine braking, doing a whole bunch of different things, you know what I mean? Right now I'm in the parking lot and I'm probably going to practice my U-turns because I feel like that's a weak skill that I have. I got to practice on doing U-turns, and the more you practice, the better you're going to get. And you can never get enough practice. You can never get enough practice. That's one thing I've learned. Every time I get on this thing, I learn something new. Every single time. And that's no lie. That is no lie. Every time I get on this bike, I learn something new about myself on these things. I get a little bit more comfortable. I learn more about traffic. I learn more about how people drive and how you're so invisible to the average driver because nobody's looking for a motorcycle. Everybody's looking for cars. So you have to be that much extra careful, but not to the point where you're afraid to ride. And you can't be afraid to ride. If you're going to ride, you cannot be afraid. You have to just keep on doing it and keep on riding. You know, thank God I haven't went down. I don't have no intentions on going down, keeping myself safe, keeping myself as careful as I can be. Granted, you know, life happens and you never know what's going to happen, but I'm not putting that out there. I'm not putting that bad juju out there in the air, but I am prepared. So if I do go down, hey, hopefully I'll have, you know, the least amount of injury. You know, keep your gear up, make sure you got your gear on, you got your helmet, you got your pants, you got your jacket. Now granted, it's a nice day out here and I'm going to be saying something about gear, but I got on a short sleeve shirt and I got some regular old cargo pants on, you know what I mean, which I'm kind of contradicting myself, but at the same time, keep your gear. I do have a motorcycle jacket, I do got motorcycle pants, and definitely, like I said, definitely got my helmet. You want to always make sure you're riding with your gloves because you never know what's going to scrape up against your hands while you're out here riding. Same thing, you want to make sure you got on protective gear because you don't know what kind of elements are going to drag up from the road, you know. But if anything, man, if you're going to ride, you're thinking about riding, if you're thinking about getting a first-time bike, I would definitely recommend you get this Ninja 400. You know, like I said, I had an R3 before this one, and I liked the R3, and I think I liked the R3 so much because it was my first bike. It was the first bike I got, and like I said, unfortunately, somebody clipped it and stole it. But I think I was more excited about being on a bike just in general. And then when that one got stolen, I got this one. As soon as I walked in the showroom, man, I was excited. Like I looked at it, and then I walked away, and then I came back, and I looked at it again, and they had this one and they had the KRT version, which is the Ninja with all the green paint on it. Kind of looks like a I don't want to say a Mountain Dew can, but it's very green. It's really green. It's like it's got this color green. If you haven't seen it, it's got this color green decorated around the whole bike, and it's got a couple of graphics on it. But this particular one, I kept looking at it, and I don't know what kept drawing my eye to it. I love the gray. I love the little green inside of the tires, and I also love that little green right there. You know, I don't mind the Ninja 400 graphics. You know, a lot of people like to take them off because they don't want people to know they have a Ninja 400. Me personally, I don't care. I don't care what people think while I'm riding. I'm riding for my own enjoyment, and that's all it is. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I seen this bike, and like I said, I looked at it, sat on it, got a feel for it, and then I got off it. I walked away, went to look at something else. I actually was looking at a what is it? A KTM. I was looking at a KTM, the RC. I want to say the RC 390. I was looking at that one, but I didn't feel too comfortable on that one. And then I came back and looked at this one again, and I sat on it, got on it again, sat on it, kind of got a feel for it, got off it again, walked away, and then I came back. And then when I came back and I kept looking at it, I said, yo, this is going to be the one I want. This is the one I want. You know, this is the one I want. So went home, thought about it for a little bit, thought about what I was going to do, and then I came back a couple days later, and I went on and picked it up. And I have been a happy camper ever since, you know. So, like I said, man, if you're going to get a beginner's bike, get a beginner bike. So I got a couple more things I want to do to it. I think what I'm going to do, I've seen a couple of videos where a couple cats have put Ninja 300 mirrors on this bike, and it makes them a little bit shorter. Yeah, it kind of gives the bike a little bit of a like a bug antenna appearance, which I really don't care about, because like I said, I'm more about my safety. But I think I want to get those Ninja 300 mirrors because they're a little bit short. I think they're probably a little bit shorter. They probably come to about right here. They're a little bit shorter. And I want to change up the levers. I want to get some shorty levers, kind of like with the levers coming out to about right here. Yeah, I had a couple of shorty levers on my my R3 because the previous owner had the short levers, and I like the way they felt. But I'll probably do that. I'll get, you know, a shorty lever for this side and get a shorty lever for that side. You know what I mean? So other than that, man, I've done everything to this bike I wanted to do. Oh, actually, what I wanted to do is TST Industries. They have something where they have the turn signals integrated into the light. And I thought about that, and I'm like, well, I might want to get that, but I'm more concerned about visibility. So I don't know what visibility is going to be like, but as of right now, I think I'm just going to keep what I got right there, because I like the way this looks. It took away that big old fishtail in the back, and it looks so much better. So much better, you know what I mean? And I just like the way it looks. It makes the bike look so clean. So clean. And like I said, I love that muffler. I love that muffler. Wasn't that expensive. I copped it off Amazon. For about $75. And it works. It works for what I needed to work for. You know what I mean? I was thinking about getting the Leo vents, but I kind of don't like the way the Leo vents sound. It does give it that small appearance, but I seen this, and when I seen this, I said, yo, I love the way that looks. And the sound is amazing. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to really get the full gist of it. You might have to put on some headphones, but I'm going to start it up for you guys, and I'm going to let y'all see what it sounds like, because it's totally beast. So if you got headphones, put some headphones on and let you see what it sounds like. Check it out. Yeah, man. It's got a little bit more beef to it. Kind of makes the bike seem like it's a little bit, it kind of doesn't make the bike seem like it's a 400. It's got more beef to it. It doesn't sound so weak. Hit the gas on this joint. Yeah, man. It's got some beef to it, man. It's got some beef to it. So I like that exhaust system, man. It's got some beef to it. And then while you're riding too, when you're riding, you got it in gear, you can hear a couple pops every now and so often. So that gives it a nice little aggressive feel. You know, so as I said, man, if anything, man, check this bike out. Go get it. Beginner bike, go get it. Trust me, you'll love it. You know what I mean? And there's no need for you to go out here and try to graduate to something real fast. If you're a beginner rider, this is the perfect bike. The perfect bike for you to start on. The perfect bike. I can't stress that enough. the most perfect bike for you to start on would be a Ninja 400. You know, so yeah, man. Yeah, that's my review, man. I wanna do some more videos. Hopefully I wanna get myself a little dash cam or a little helmet cam. Go out so I can go out on a couple of rides, show you guys a couple of rides, see what it's like be out here on these roads, you know. So this is something I'm playing with. I just wanted to make this video, let you guys know out there, those of y'all who are already riding, keep on riding. Those who are aspiring to ride, get on out there and ride, man. I'm 43 years old. You get one chance to live this life. Get on out here and do it, man, because hey, you never know when your days are gonna come to an end, you know what I mean? So anyway, man, so check out my channel, man. This is your boy, Mr. Mar Sharp, Shoreman Filmworks. You know, I got some other videos on my channel. I got Motivational Mondays, which I've been doing for about, I think I've been doing it for about 6 months, man. I think I've been doing Motivational Mondays for about 6 months. Something to keep you going, something to keep you motivated throughout the week. Just a small little message. The video is probably no more than about 2-3 minutes. Check out Motivational Mondays, and then I got my movie reviews, you know, so check those out. I've kind of been slacking on that, but I'm gonna get back to it. But check it out. Check out the channel, Shoreman Filmworks. I'm your man, Mr. Mar Sharp. Y'all take it easy and y'all take care.